I'd like to introduce Anita from England, who takes LDN for multiple sclerosis. Good morning, Anita.
Good morning.
Could you tell me when you were diagnosed with MS?
8 years ago. 8-9 years ago.
Mm-hmm. And how old?
Although it took a long time, I think, to diagnose. I had lots of tests first that all came back. It wasn't this, it wasn't that. And eventually it came back after a lumbar puncture. It was diagnosed as MS.
Okay. And how old were you? Roughly.
40. No, it must have been longer than that then. It was about when I was 46.
Right, okay. And what impact did the diagnosis have on you?
Well, in shock at first, I must be honest. I was in denial. I really didn't think I had it. As being a carer, a lot of my clients had MS.
Mm-hmm.
And I wouldn't accept it at first that I had it.
Yeah. So, by the time you were diagnosed, you said it took quite a while. What were your symptoms at that time?
I'd have bouts where I lost all sense of balance, being sick all the time. On these occasions, normally the doctor would give me an injection, and I would try and sleep through a lot of it because that's all I could do, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Just continually being sick and no balance at all.
Sounds like a bad case of vertigo, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, I was tested for all the Meniere's disease and labyrinthitis and everything, which is to do with balance and that. Oh, and my waterworks, actually. Didn't have a lot of control on occasions with my waterworks.
Mm-hmm. So before you found LDN, had your symptoms deteriorated further?
I had in the year, I can't think of the date now, but I had a severe attack which I ended up in a wheelchair. Mm-hmm. And I was in the wheelchair for 3 years. And towards the end, I actually went on the LDN, which helped me enormously. Mm-hmm. I was on gabapentin, baclofen, and all the drugs I was on caused drowsiness. And I think a lot of the time I wasn't really with it. I was, on so many that I was quite drowsy all the time. Yeah. And now I only take the LDN.
Yeah. Well, let's just try and establish what you were like before LDN. So, before you started, what would you have rated your quality of life on a score of 1 to 10, and 10 being the best before you started LDN?
Well, right down on 5, really, because I was still in the wheelchair.
Okay. And what would you say it is today?
Right up 7.
Right.
Maybe even 8.
How did you hear about LDN?
I used to go to hyperbaric therapy, mm-hmm. and one of the ladies there was on it, and she told me about it, and I went online and obviously researched it, and I thought it looked quite good and well worth trying.
Mm-hmm. Did you manage to get it from your own doctor to prescribe it for you?
No. I get it I live in Cornwall, and I get it from Dr. Lawrence in Wales, although the actual prescription comes from Scotland.
Right, yes. Okay. When you first started, did you notice any introductory side effects?
No, not really. A little bit of sleeping, a little problem not sleeping too well, but that only sort of lasted a week, 10 days.
Mm-hmm. So how is your MS now? What symptoms do you get?
Occasionally, I still, my waterworks occasionally. I'm walking with a Fez machine. I don't know if you've heard of them, which helps me. I am actually up and walking with a stick, using a Fez machine, which helps me to lift my left foot. Only have a problem at the bit, I think they call it drop foot.
Yes.
Yeah, I managed to walk quite a bit. I can walk on the flat now without the machine, but I do need it if I'm walking long walks or where hills are involved.
Good. So you'll continue taking the LDN? Is that the only drug you're taking?
That is the only one I have now, yes.
Yes, oh, that's good.
And the spasms, I used to get real bad spasms, which have gradually disappeared. I don't get them at all now since I've been on the LDN.
That's very good. And what would you say to other people who are thinking of trying LDN for MS?
I would say it's well worth trying. I found it to be very good, and even mentally, because, was quite depressed for a time because being quite sporty and everything, it was quite a shock to end up in the wheelchair. And it's improved my quality of life no end. And I actually going to the hyperbaric therapy, which was helping me. I've stopped now because the LDN actually helps with what the hyperbaric therapy was helping with.
Good. Is there anything else you'd like to add, Anita?
Well, just that I think it is a very good drug, and it has helped me in, all the ways with my shakes and everything. Everything what I have with MS, it seems to have helped me.
Thank you for sharing.
And the fact that it's very little drug to take. I'm only on the one drug instead of lots of different drugs, and it's not one that makes you drowsy.
Yes, the fewer drugs you can put in your body, the better, isn't it?
Of course, yeah, definitely. I do take quite a few supplements, like fish oils and zinc and things like that, which is helpful with LDN. Dr. Lawrence said. Which I guess help as well in the line that when you're on LDN. But I would advise. I have, when I was going up to the hyperbaric therapy before I stopped, I did actually, I think, chat to some other people that I know are on it, and they found a benefit from it as well. And plus the lady, obviously, who informed me about it in the first place, she's improved. She's now out of the wheelchair and everything. And she was a lot worse than I was. And she's up and walking with 2 sticks now. So, yeah, very good.